Stop that. Stop that. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, that goes there. Stop this, and we can go from there. Um, Possibly. Yeah, I'm gonna give you an indication of when this it will happen. We're gonna put this here. Right. So I had a really interesting conversation with someone. Like really, really, really interesting conversation with someone. And I was talking the other day about how I was talking to an AI client of mine, and we were going through various conversations on trying to understand what's going on, what's happening, what the state of the actual market is, what he thinks is going to happen. And he's particularly in sort of, his background is in the full AI data processing and AI nodes and the whole bunch of stuff, right? And he said something to me today, and I was like, "What did you just say? What did you just say to me, my friend? What did you repeat that again?" And once we get to 10,000 likes, I'll tell you exactly what that is. Because I need to get something from you guys. I don't want a lot, but a little bit. Liken Z. Other people get 100,000, 200,000 likes, and I'm just sitting here, just Clarity Act will not pump this market. This will take time. I think there will be a relief rally on the back of the Clarity Act. That's for sure. Trump needs to pump the market somehow. I think the Clarity Act is going to help in one way or another. Genuinely, I know everyone says, oh, it's not going to be this, and the other. Everyone's selling it. Yeah, it's true. There's some insane, unbelievable amounts of selling that's going on in the market at this present moment. Like, it's wild. There are whales selling hundreds of millions on each pump. So I'm not surprised if there's no more of downside. And I think, to be honest, I think there's going to be more downside in the market for sure. Oh, wow. 1 second. Is that working fine? Yes, that's good. Good. I would give you 1,000 likes, but the YouTube don't let me. Judge. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bruv, crypto is low-key testing my patience. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. That's the situation of how this market sometimes works around most of the time. It's going to need you to test you. It's going to test your patience, and the ones that can hold through are the ones that are really going to benefit the most out of this market. Now, I'll say this, right? I'll say this. I don't think this will be retail will not even enter. It's not about retail right now. It's not about retail. I'm talking about hello, Demetrius. I think it's Demetrius. Yeah, how you doing, man? I don't think this is going to be a continuous move down, right? I'm gonna say I guess I'm lucky, but I sold my biggest bag in January 2025. Yeah, well, good on you, right? I got a small bag of alts still left. Yeah. Well, that's the way it is sometimes. I play the market shorter term. We do sort of trades in and out and this and the other. Playing that market. It's that type of move at the moment. Hello, Cryptus, how you doing? Hello, Lamar, coming back. I know you keep leaving. Coming back. This guy's boring. Then come back when he's ready. Is this right? You have to play the hand that this market gives you. Can we tap 70k? Yes, I think that's going to be where the heavy resistance is going to be for this. I think we will get, if it's not now, if they're not going to front run this, there's a lot of sell orders around the 70k. A lot, like enormous amounts, right? I'll show you now, in fact. Let me show this to you guys right now. Here. Oh, I need to save this. All right, there we go. Whatever. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of sell orders around that thing. I mean massive. We're talking about hundreds of millions at this present moment, sitting at sell orders at that exact point. So we could, if you see it here, look, we could see that around coming from 70 upwards is the maximum order book for sales. So anywhere between 70 and 75 is going to be mass selling, right? I got a fair size of alts, but I'm not in a hurry to sell if the market still goes down or so. But yeah, I mean, look, this is it, right? You need to, if you're in this market right now and you feel like you're in a good position with projects that you think will survive and move through and are developing and pushing through, yeah, great. I think that's something that I'm going to be doing as well. I'm going to be buying a lot when it gets to the bottom, to be honest. I like this price action better than a slow grind to the bottom. Yeah. This is gonna be like this. Price action is good, right? Sometimes it can be a bit, donkey. But it at least we're getting some movement, albeit created by market makers. Don't get me wrong, but it is something that we can play. It's more of a traditional type of market movement. But I highly expect still to be further downside pressure to happen onto this. We'll get some relief rallies and movements there, and potentially if we go and have the Clarity Act passing through, that could be a catalyst that could potentially push this back up to around the 100,000. But man, the 100,000 is going to be a battleground like most people have never seen before, right? My main problem is revenge trading. Any tips? Okay, fair enough. Don't do that. I'm round tripping, as we all know, the projects we have for the future every time we sell Bitcoin. Yeah. Look, let's get to 10,000 likes, and I'm gonna tell you something that I'm pretty sure most of you guys don't know about. These volatile moves can make or break you. Yeah, of course it is. You just have to be whatever. Look, this is the thing, right? You're playing in a highly speculative market, and just because it's going down doesn't mean you can't make money out of it. You can trade this both ways. You could be in essence a bull run has a peak and a bear run has a peak as well, right? They're both are related to each other in that manner. You play the hand that's given to you, right? So if it's down, you play it down, right? You trade it down, you leverage it down, you do all that stuff down. It's the same way the other way around as well. You play the market according to what it's giving you and just try and utilize it that way. It's the same thing, right? So you just have to keep learning and playing in that manner. I'll just send you 700 hearts. Thank you so much. Is that likes? Like 700 hearts. I ain't sent that much to my wife. Hey, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, so you should be saving some of that. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. Tomorrow I'm not going to be streaming, as you can imagine. If the 4-year market cycle structure is respected, we will have the next bull run in 29 to 30. Maybe the peak. Maybe the peak in that time. I expect this to last a year. I genuinely expect this to last a year. Because we've had a non-euphoric high bull run. Right? So we're in a scenario where you need to look. I'm just gonna read some facts out to you guys, and you tell me if we're in a scenario where you would expect there to be further growth or further downside risk. Right? I could read some facts out to you guys. So it's 1 second. Where is it here? I'll show you. I wrote them down the other day. I was gonna do a video about it, but I might as well just tell you guys here. 1 second. Where's my notes, brev? Where is it? Okay, here we go. 1 second. Here. I'll write my notes down. I'm just gonna read them out to you, right? You're gonna read that. Thank you so much, Lamar. It's very kind of you. You don't have to send those things. It means a lot, right? All right, here we go. Here we go. Is it hit? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. Right now, I'm going to explain to you the current market. Brother, seriously, thank you so much. What's going on? You guys are incredible. You're insane. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right now, we're in a situation where markets are unsure and risk off and everything. Say, hello, Bill. How you doing? I can't see anyone that's joining because of all the Lamar. Stop it, man. Honestly, I don't need it. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Just appreciate it, man. Show me the money. Thank you, Strauss. How you doing? So right now, we have a market where GDP is increasing. So gross domestic product of the USA. And I'm looking at USA only because our market is wholeheartedly affected by USA. So it's going up, right? How much for the subscription? $12.99. It's the cheapest out there. Honestly, yeah, it's a no-brainer. You give more to your coffee, man. Coffee has become that price these days. It's unbelievable. Lamar's making it rain. Of course, he's a legend. He's been here since the beginning. He's an absolute legend. Now, so we're in a market right now that GDP is on the rise. Inflation is falling every single print. Every print of inflation print is come in under. We are under at the moment. Inflation is not a problem, right? And at the same time, we have improving numbers of unemployment. I know it's a little bit less than this and the other, but we're in a, if I was to give you those numbers and if I didn't show you the market, you'd be like, oh, the economy is doing quite well, right? The economy is doing quite well, right? Things are looking pretty good at this moment. So why are we down? Why are we down at this present moment? What is happening? And the only thing that is that's going on at this present moment is that there is a shift that's happening, right? A shift that's happening right now. We're getting a, how can I say? Oh my God, that is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Oh my, anyway, sorry, just my cat is falling asleep in the most absolutely adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow. Anyway, okay, cool. So there is a cleaning out of over leveraged, overhyped, overheated markets, right? And that is just spilling over everywhere, right? I can't shit that. It's too adorable. There's two of them. They're too adorable at the moment. And that there is, it's causing this uncertainty and this complete shift towards liquid money producing assets that are making the market just reshuffle, right? And I want to ask this question to you, and I asked it on my X. You should follow that as well, right? If our market is showing the first signs of a weakness and a pullback, I expect that traditional markets will do something similar as well. There is going to be a point where traditional markets, especially some that are overheated, are going to get a correction, some stronger correction, right? And when you see that, this is the question I'm going to ask you. If our industry, if the blockchain industry, I'm going to say that because, you know, certain things don't like it, right, have shown the first signs of correction, is it not fair to say that once the big correction, the correction in the traditional markets bears its ugly head, wouldn't it be fair to say that we would be the first to recover? Because it's always been the case when traditional markets are not doing so well, that our industry does very well. And we're coming off a non-euphoric high. We're coming off of a situation where uncertainty is everywhere in the market. But at the same time, we're sitting in an environment where there is absolute excess liquidity. When people say there's no liquidity in the market, there's no liquidity applied in the market. God, bless myself. All right. So that's what it is. There's more than enough liquidity sitting at this present. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That could move this market up or down. There is more than you can possibly imagine. It's just uncertainty. People are parking their money into what is seen as safe stocks now, not even into metals and gold, because they've even had their euphoric run and all this kind of stuff. Although it will still stabilize and go up and down and people still trade it. That's what we're getting at this present moment. Because look, we're seeing prints that are extremely bullish, right? These are strong things that we're seeing in the market. It's not a sign of things are bad. It's just a sign that sentiment is bad because of uncertainty. That's the thing. What if the inauguration was the start of the bear market and the September peak was the dead cat bounce with a bearish RSI? We could say maybe it could be. See, one thing I will say right now, and this is what I'm going to say to you guys right now, right? If we're in an environment at this present moment where did you guys see the estimates of the unemployment data from the banks? I'm going to say this to you. We are in such a situation right now, right? We're in such a situation right now where institutions that are paid, and I'm not going to say millions, billions of dollars to give their opinions, have no idea where anything is going. We're in a peak uncertainty of and not understanding what's going on. And there, and until I think it's called is it the midterms? Midterms, right? Midterms is when that's what it's called. Midterm elections. Can someone correct me on that? Until the uncertainty of the midterms come through, until certain uncertainties settle, big ones, we are going to see either we're going to see just max volatility on uncertainty, and the markets know that and are waiting for that, right? So you just have to play the market that's given to you, trade the market on a daily if you want to do that, or just sit back and wait and work on other things, not just look at your portfolio every day. Oh, it's up, it's down, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Whatever. It's just the way it is. That's how things work in this market. It's max volatility, max up, max down. But in the end, you just in the middle, you just have to learn, stick by it, watch, and keep learning as much as you can in this market. It's really, really important. And now there's a bit of a plug. If you want to check that out, go check out the Alpha Hunters links in bio and this Discord and everything else on that time. Midterms, half the Senate and House elections, non-presidential elections. Yeah, I know, but it's still important because a majority of this, especially the cryptocurrency legislations, are all going to be based around that. And I would not be surprised if Coinbase and various other individuals that are stopping the move of this will utilize that fact as a means to push this through one way or other that will benefit us more than the banks. Because look, that's the situation. Now, we've reached 11,000. I'm going to ask this question to you, right? So, because he builds sort of data centers and computing centers. And he has been involved in doing mining as well for Bitcoin. Do you know? I didn't. I mean, this is new to me as well. How many countries? All right, I'm going to ask you in a way that I won't reveal it. What is the number two thing that's growing next to data centers, and more importantly, there is a 1,000-fold increase in a certain thing that's happening in our industry. Currently, there is a growth towards not just Bitcoin mining, growth towards state Bitcoin mining. So at this present moment, there is over, and I mean large companies, right? Large countries. There is over 18 state Bitcoin mining projects being developed. Do you guys know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was state Bitcoin mining projects being done. So if countries are investing into mining this project, this thing that everyone's saying it's over, this thing that oh yeah, it's not important, this is the end of everything that's going forward, why are countries investing into mining this thing? Why is it a state sanctioned project alongside AI? Can someone explain that to me? Anyone? Can anyone explain to me why there would be state mining? Yeah, so if Bitcoin goes on the 50, it's not many mining companies, old inefficient miners will be put out of commission. But that means nothing to alt only for Bitcoin's future. Yes, but rising tide raises all. I don't know. Can't think of that word. Maybe they found a way to lie and add another. No, there's no chance. No. What was the question? Why Bitcoin miners need that? No. Did you know that there are state mining projects being created? So you're going to see like a Saudi Arabia Bitcoin mining project, not companies, the state of Saudi Arabia. You're seeing the USA state Bitcoin mining facility. You got to see the European Union Bitcoin mining facility, the China mining facility. These are not like, this is not like an everyday type of thing. But this only means that they will run out earlier, right? No one, no. See, look, it's supply and demand, right? We're in a supply and demand situation right now, and as that goes down, this thing, it's inevitable that this is going to go up. It's just the market environment needs to settle in that way. So it's going to go hand in hand. I cannot, and I mean this. Do you mean that we get centralization of Bitcoin, but we are having BlackRock that has ulterior Alcindarius minor? I don't know what that means, man. But explain that again. Maybe it was a spelling mistake. No, it's not going to be central. Well, it might end up being a bit centralized, but the monsters, yeah. But what this means is that states are creating infrastructure for Bitcoin, right? This is the thing. States are creating infrastructure for Bitcoin, and it means that they are creating an infrastructure for this thing. And no matter what they say and what they shout about and what all this kind of thing, they know that there is going to be some form of an involvement in the market in this. And I didn't even know that. I didn't know there were state-sanctioned mining facilities, as in like the actual countries, the governments are creating these mining facilities. It's an insane situation right now. And I think it's all going to base around this Clarity Act that's going to go through. Because think of it this way. If the Clarity Act goes through, right, it's going to give a framework for a means of interaction with the USA. So they're going to need to have some form of they have to dip their toe into this industry somewhere or other. And I think what will be the safest way to dip that would be Bitcoin. Because think of it this way, right? People really misunderstand the sheer level of money that is sitting on the potential sidelines to enter into this market if this thing goes through. What if it goes through the right way? If it doesn't go through the right way, it could cause even worse of an issue. But then we pivot and work around in that manner. This is where we are right now. So let's see. Now, what is Bitcoin up to? And I was about to say this thing could potentially go down. And it looks like it could have a retest of the Monday low, more probably the 68.5 coming down to test this area. There is a possibility, but they cannot do anything on Bitcoin network. No majority to vote. Yeah, no, it's nothing about doing that. It's just mining it. Looks like countries like Ethiopia, Iran, Bhutan, and a few others are well ahead of the game with mining. Yeah, of course they are. South America has made billions of dollars from it. But yeah, I was going to say that we have a high potential chance that this is going to pull back for a little bit, at least for potentially to a 50% of that wick, which could be the Monday low, or towards more of the 68.5. But I think the real hard level to break through is going to be the 70, around that 70,000, if they don't front run this thing going down. But we'll see where it is. I still think that there is a high possibility chance that this is moving up, but I will say this as well. This needs to be clear to everyone. We do have an unusual scenario happening right now, where we have aggregated open interest reducing, but Bitcoin rising. And does anyone know what that means? Are a lot of countries taking out the tax for crypto gains? No, I don't think that's going to happen. What was the start of the bear market? The September peak was the yeah, I've read that. Does anyone know what that means? When open interest is falling, but Bitcoin is rising. High tides raise all ships. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I've always said that Bitcoin dominance needs to hit an like as high as it possibly can before everything looks like the next halving of March, April 2028, right? Yeah, Lambo time. Harriet. Okay, everyone's just like, no. When this happens, it usually means this move up is people closing their leverage positions, because a drop in open interest. What, Danny? Do you guys know what open interest actually? What open interest is the amount of yeah, closing leverage shorts. The amount of what open interest is the amount that traders are willing to keep their trades open, right? How much are they willing to fund it? And if that's the case, that this move could be somewhat of a lame bounce due to the CPI news, and then this thing could pull back. We have to see the Monday low, so around actually this area here between 68 to say 68.4 to 68.5 is going to be a real key moment. Let's see if it can if it gets down there where there is a real chance it could do, then we could potentially see a bounce from there, but we have to be careful. We react, don't predict at this present moment, and it's looking okay. It's looking, I still think the 70k could be hit, but we'll see what happens. Now, if we look at total, we've had a clear market structure shift on total. So it does give the indication that this thing potentially should go and reach the 2.41, the area that I was talking about literally the other day, when I said that there could be this is usually a chance where this formation and graph formation that happens is a continuation of the graphs. So if we hold where we are, right, the line that I've drawn here, there's exact line at the 2.33 level. If we hold that and close the day there, this thing could go up. If it doesn't, we could have a further correction down and a retest of the 2.31, which works exactly in line with Bitcoin coming down to test the Monday low and then bounce from there if it can. You're right about the liquidity. There's tons of liquidity at lower levels. There's just liquidity everywhere, right? I mean, you understand. If you're looking about leverage stuff, that I look at that not too importantly. What's more important right now is the actual sideline liquidity that's waiting for entry into this market. Never thought I'd cheer lower prices, but I'm ready for it mentally. Yeah. Whatever. To me, price doesn't matter that much, right? It's just getting the direction right, and when you're playing. Eventually, I think these things will all go up, depending on your time horizon. But eventually, these things are going to go up, and there won't be too much of an issue to move forward. I think there's a higher chance that this thing's going to go up than not. I mean, things have a time delay, and this is the thing that I want to explain in this manner. In our world, when something happens, it's an instantaneous move. Like, for example, if Binance says, I am doing this, that thing that it's talking about will have an instant move. Or when there is this regulation or this happens, there's an instant move. But in real world, things take time to implement and actually show a change. So this Clarity Act that's go through, where people are going to go, oh my God, this is it, it's fine, it's done. It's the best thing ever. You might see a momentary move, but the actual effect of it is going to be 6 months down the line. This is the nature of how the beast works in our markets. Markets are manipulated like never before. It's because the market is controlled by market makers, and there aren't spot buys. Look, what ruined this market, right? And what ruined most of what happened in this market is leverage. I want everyone to be very clear, right? Leverage is what ruined this market, especially people who leveraged as a form of betting, not actually having an understanding of what they're doing. because leverage is a pure liquidity extraction. Let me explain this to you. I use leverage, but we use it on short time frames, right? Right. This is what it is. The tariffs did it as well, but I think tariffs are more of a tariffs are more of a sentiment change, and it's an excuse that you could potentially. Tariffs have all been very bad. Don't get me wrong. They create inflation and various other factors. But there's been inflation. There's been high interest rates. A whole bunch of stuff has happened, and our industry has moved well. What has changed is the sheer level of leverage that was created in this market. It's the same thing that happened with gold and silver. Leverage will destroy a market because leverage is not. It's not sustainable. It's not the foundation that a market can grow. So if I was to say it this way, right? Let me try and explain it in a different way for me to explain it to you. Leverage is like a building without a center, right? It looks impressive, but there is no strength to this thing, and it can topple at any second. I'll also ask you this question. You know that 10-10 event? You know, that mass liquidation event. If everyone was spot and there was no leverage, do you think anything would have happened right now? Anything? Do you think that this market would be even close to how bad it is if everyone was just spot? It's an easy question to answer. It's an extremely easy question to answer, and that is no. No. Leverage is what's destroyed this market, and it's because of people who, and this is a thing. There's a very, if you want to go into leverage trading, like hard leverage trading in actual, with your stockbroker and doing all that, accessing that, all that kind of stuff, right? You need to take a course. You need to take a course. They don't allow everyone to leverage trade, and we have 300x leverage trading in this. It's the most, let's go, 300x, $1,000, $300,000. But you know what I mean? That's where we are. We're on Adderall and what's it called? Caffeine drinks. That's the way that people trade in this industry. And then when they all lose it, they go, but Trump. No, just don't do it. It's as simple as that. Just don't do it. Once clarity clicks, leverage trading will be less, right? Not necessarily. It's just, no. What clarity is going to do is going to give the ability of traditional markets and banks and various other things to have access to this market and actually put trades into it. And there's just a regulatory clarity, so companies don't get captured by a regulation and their money's at risk. I'm long Bitcoin 20x leverage. Yeah, but the thing is, Leon, right? You're in the group and you manage that risk, right? You look at and try and understand what's going on, and you manage it. You look at the factors. You do it through an eye of having some form of knowledge to push this forward. What some people do, right? Anything, and look, if you really know what you're doing, right? You can do things, right? You can play around with leverage and make a bit of money from it, right? But man, it can bite you as well. And what these people were doing is that if you look at Bitcoin, for example, right, you would see people max leveraging this thing all the way from down here. They'll be, all right, leverage long, and then held it all the way up here. And what goes on is that what you see, and why I look at these wicks, right? The reason is the guy with the Lambos in mind. Yeah, of course, quick money, right? It's just always the case. Why I look at these wicks and why they usually get hit is because these moments here, when you see that rapid market recovery, is people going 300x leverage long. So what the market does is that it goes up, right? And then the exchange is like, wait a minute, this guy I don't know, 100, 2,000, 3, whatever the number, it's X number of people did a 50x leverage long on, depending on what it is at this point, and they are up $900,000, and they go, all right, yeah, we need to stop that, and then they bring it down. You think of it as if it was you. Would you give that guy that much money? No. No chance. No, I'm good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. I'm coming back to take that leverage. That's why these liquidation levels are somewhat accurate sometimes. Sometimes they're not, but most of the time they are, right? You keep it as a form of confluence than anything else. That's it. So that's why these levels here where I'm looking, that's why people look at these levels, because there's, I mean, I didn't want to put it, but I'm going to put it anyway. Maybe it'll hit, right? I like to put these predictions. We do have a wick at 38,000. That's the final wick that hasn't been taken out. Actually, we do have one down here as well, but I don't think that matters. I don't think that's not a leverage wick. That's a leverage wick. A leverage wick is where it goes, let's go type of move, right? So we do have a leverage wick at 38,600. So it could definitely go there. It could definitely go there. It all depends on the sheer amount of leverage that is sitting there, and whether the balance of risk is between great education on a Friday evening. Alvarez, you deserve a like. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. Holland put 36% tax on unrealized gains. Why Europe is so against crypto? They're just gonna. Europe's against everything. You in Europe is everything is against everything unless you can. I can't say any of the rest of that. Just look at Coinbase earnings report. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is the thing. If you, I put this this ticker on, right? Binance has put a reserve of $1 billion of Bitcoin just sitting there. I'm expecting that to hit half. I think they're going to lose a minimum half of that. This is the thing. Leverage is the absolute annihilator of this market. And until that's cleaned out, until the leverage is cleaned out, until everyone goes to a point and goes, this market is over. The moment you see that, and then no one is talking about it. If you start hearing everything, no one talks about this thing, that's the moment to buy. And it's always been the case. Always. And you will get, I mean, you saw the Orange County guy. What was that idiot's name? What was that guy's name? The Orange County person. That is one of the most... Actually, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play this video. This is something that everyone needs to watch, right? Everyone needs to watch this video because the moment he goes... the moment he goes... the moment he goes, you know, some people think that I'm from a... I'm from a, you know, a TV show from Orange County, but most people don't know. I can't finish. Most people don't know that I have a degree in economics. Sorry. That's my favorite moment. Have you seen that video? Has anyone seen that video? Have you seen anyone? Because that's stupid. Has anyone seen that? Even CZ reacted on the tax bill of Holland. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. They just don't want it because it's something that they can't control yet. Where are we? Let's see if I can find this thing. Where is this dude? I can't find it right now. But look it up. Just look up the what's the guy's name from OC? I forgot his name. What's this guy's name? Can someone help me what this guy's name is? Show it here. I'm going to 1 second. I'm going to try and find Jam the emo trader was right. Yeah, he's been calling for 2 years though, so yeah. You can be right sometimes if you call it for 2 years. But I'll say this, right? And there's you go to any trader that's out there, any institutional trader, any big time trader, any fund manager. Bears can sometimes look like geniuses. They can sometimes be good. They can sometimes be the most intelligent person in the room. But you know who makes money? Bulls. Bulls make money. I want that to be very clear in everyone's mind. Where is here we go. This guy here. I know about lying. I do it for a living. Ben McKenzie. Oh my god, I can't. I need. Where is this? Ben McKenzie, the savior of cryptocurrency. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. You guys need to watch this thing. It is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Should I sell now? Is there any dump soon? I can't give you that understanding, but we look like we're holding a key level right now, so we could see some upside potentially. A bit of a pullback. It'll be like a you know, dip and rip type of scenario. Here we go. Ben McKenzie. Where is his video? 1 second. Where is his video on Bitcoin? Come on. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. Ben McKenzie. Bitcoin. Where is it? Come on. Come on, Brev. Why can't I find this thing? I need to look at on X. Where are we here? Let me see if I can find it. No, this is oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm so excited right now. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Everyone ready? It's gonna be emotional. Just saying. All right. All right. Do you think that DEX would sacrifice leverage trading to speed adoption? I don't think so. They make too much money from it. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right.
It did in 2022 and 2018, and may have noticed that crypto's crashing again, like it did in 2022 and 2018 and 2013. You get the picture. But there's something different about this crash that you need to know about. Crypto has always gone through boom-bust cycles, but now, thanks to loosening regulations, people can buy financial products that give them exposure to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies through the regulated stock markets. They're called ETFs, and over $100 billion worth of crypto was bought by ETFs in the past 2 years, as the size of the market seemed to only go up. But in October of last year, after Bitcoin briefly reached an all-time high price of $125,000, investors began to take some risk off the table and sell their shares of these ETFs. The result? The price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies has nosedived. As of the time of recording this video, Bitcoin is down nearly 50% in just 4 months. So what happens now? Well, we'll see how much actual money is backing these cryptocurrencies. When people sell their shares of the crypto ETFs, the Wall Street firms that issue them, like BlackRock, turn to the crypto exchanges like Coinbase to actually sell the Bitcoin. But if there aren't enough buyers, then the price starts plunging. What's the floor? Well, zero. As I and many economists much fancier than me have argued, Bitcoin is an unusual investment in that there is no product or service behind it, and it produces no revenue stream. Essentially, when you're buying Bitcoin, you're buying bits of computer code, uncorrelated with any real-world asset. This is different from buying a share of a stock in a company like Google or Apple. Whatever you think of them, and trust me, I have thoughts, they are businesses that make products, provide services, and produce profits. And as a shareholder, you benefit from the company's success in the form of an appreciating stock price.
This does not sound like
cryptocurrencies have none of that, because crypto doesn't do anything besides offer bros something to gamble on and criminals a way to get paid for their crimes. In December 2022, I testified to the Senate Banking and Finance Committee, saying that the cryptocurrency industry represented the largest Ponzi scheme in history. Why was I testifying? Well, you might know me from TV, but I actually have a degree in economics. Yes, that's right. Ben McKenzie is a secret econ dork. For the past 4 years, I've been investigating and documenting fraud in crypto. It's led to a book on the topic with Jacob Silverman, who's been talking about this stuff with More Perfect Union for years now, and I'll be releasing a movie I directed in theaters this spring. Crypto is a Ponzi scheme. I stand by those words, and we may soon find out the ramifications. The problem with crypto being tied into our regulated financial markets is the contagion effect. If crypto were to continue to crash violently, The selling of these assets would push the prices of crypto companies down, which can lead to the selling of other companies. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Here's hoping that the crypto crash we're currently experiencing doesn't take the rest of the regulated financial markets down with it. Fingers crossed.
I have an economics degree. Most people don't know this. Most people don't know it, right? But if you look carefully, I've studied economics. God, what an idiot. It just like this type of thing really annoys me. And you get a lot of it, right? You will get a lot of this type of stuff that's happening, right? And that's the situation right now. You'll get a lot of people bandwagoning, bandwagoning, but that's a mouthful. That's what she said, right? And they're gonna try and push this thing as much as possible, right? They're gonna try. He's gonna try and play on this narrative that I said this and this is a Ponzi scheme and right. But yeah, I mean, like the way he says, "Oh, it's happened previous times before, but this time is different," right? And it's always this time is different. How come you have circles on both sides of your chin, on your neck, and you don't shave the rest? Oh, I like to just shave circles. That's how I live my life. I'm more of a circular type of person, right? And Cryptus, I don't have an economics degree, but this bro, it's full of. Yeah, I like to. It's a circular shaving fashion that I do. It's this new fashion. You guys, you should check it out. Try it. Where you get these circular shaves and you just like plant two on either side. And that's how I like to live my life. When you're in the public eye, you need to have some sort of differentiating factor about you, and that's my that's why I have that, man. Yeah, that's it, man. It's crop circles. Aliens land on my face most of the time, but it's not. It's just actually these guys, these people from universities that's like, shaving round things on my chin. And that's how what? Why are you guys laughing, man? Why? This is how I live my life, man. Trends, isn't it? It's trends, isn't it? TikTok trend. You're creating a new trend. Yeah, man. That's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah. Circular, aliens and stuff. Aliens. Conspiracy. So yeah, Epstein's, yeah, he's shaved my neck. That's correct. Yeah, that's how it works with aliens. Yeah, they do. What's it probing stuff, man? That's how you know they've landed. I've been marked. I'm gonna disappear in a second. Tomorrow I won't be here, but I'll come back with like no memory, but like further circles on my face. That's the sign. Oh, God, I might need to go to therapy and be like, what's that called? When they hypnotize you, so I can get through this, so I can regress to my alien abduction. Yeah, God. Yeah, that's it, man. The clarity act passing before some. Oh, they right. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I would be surprised if it doesn't pass. I'd be surprised if it doesn't pass. Have you noticed circles grow on crypto terms? It's true. It's true. It's very, very true. Yeah, that's how it works. Oh man, I've missed these. This is why I missed my other account. Honestly, TikTok, I am not a human trafficker. Please, can you just do what you need to do and figure out that I'm not promoting that stuff. Jesus was a carpenter. Honestly, It's I miss those comments because I get so many more of them. They're incredible. It's the best thing. It's the best thing, honestly. I haven't got the I haven't got the Monero guy come back yet. You hated Monero. Now look where you are. Right? In there, look where you are. Right? And then why'd you shave circles on your neck? Come on, man. I need more. I need more of this stuff. This is what makes me happy in life. TT's more harsh on us than the actual Trevor. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. To be honest, I did go back in time in my sleep, and I've met this guy who was getting the. Oh, I can't read the rest of that. Okay. Yes, beard transplant. That's how it works. I'm going into trials right now. Can't even play music. I can't play music. Did you see trendy 360 hours and TT beard? Hashtag trendy. Hashtag circle beard. There we go. Yeah. Hashtag circle beard. But yeah, look, that's where we are. I don't know. We have to see. Bitcoin 70. Between 70 and 74 is going to be the maximum. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember the guy. I'm only here for entries. That was my favorite. Can you move on? I'm only here for entries. That was a great one. Oh man, I forgot about that one. Look, I was expecting some form of pullback around this area. Yeah, potentially. But I think there is still potential for this to go down. Look, I mean, we're regaining the 200-day moving average. That's a bit I thought potentially it could go and test this trend line here, but it might be front running it a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. I was thinking around the 70,000 level, but I would say if it regains the 200-day moving average on USDT dominance, then we could. No, I think we have a bit more upside between 70 to 74. Yeah, total's lost support. Like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. No, yeah, this is most probably going to go retest the previous range and then go up from there. Yeah, this probably around the 2.31 and then move up from there. It's a shame it's lost that. If it can regain, look, it all depends on the day close, right? You have to react from what's going. If it closes the day above the 2.33, then we're good. If not, then this is going to be most probably a short and retest the 2.31 level. That's what I would say. Although Bitcoin dominance is it going up? Yeah, no, that's coming down as well. So alts could be potentially protected a little bit. Yeah, dip and rip looks like. Then just enter right now with a 50x short and 50x short. You're always gonna yeah, long and short. Not always, actually. It all depends on the liquidity. Unfortunately, some people don't. I've seen people try and do that, but whatever. No Lambos, tractors for crop circles. Yeah, man. Hey, tractors are more expensive than Lambos. And by the way, right? By the way, Lamborghini was a tractor company, right? I just want you to understand that, right? They were a tractor company that wanted alterations on their Ferrari. I saw the movie, so just say, right? There was a tractor company that was looking for the alterations on their car. I don't know if you've seen the movie; it's a pretty good movie. And then he was like, "Nah, bruv, I can't do that." So he made his own car. So you're technically driving a tractor in it, bruv. Yeah. All right. Just making sure that people understood the knowledge of what I was giving to you guys. Right, now let's look at other people's coins. What do you guys want me to look at? What's going on? Let me have a look through what is wanted a better clutch. That's correct. What do you guys want me to look through? It looks like, and we can go from there. Cool, it's regaining it. Nice. Brett. Oh man, God, I haven't looked at Brett in donkey's years. Do I even have Brett here? Let me add Brett. I made like, I think it was I got in Brett at, it's either 2 or 400, 3 or 400 million, and I sold it at 1.2 billion. So like 4-5x, something like that. Around that, Crash. Yeah, it's Crash's project. I mean, I don't know why everyone is surprised at that. It's his project completely. Hardcore. I don't think he crashed it. It's just the market also did. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a reason why he couldn't get into Coinbase. Just so you understand that. I want that to be very, very clear. Yeah, all right. Oh, I have it. Do I have it? Do I have Brett here? Oh, I do have Brett. All right, cool. Cool. A little bit of a move. Actually, not that bad. 1 second. Let's have a look at something. Where is Brett here? Let's look at Brett. Not bad. Actually, not that bad at all. We could potentially. Boop, boop. Come on. What's going on with this screen? My perfect area rejection. Look at that. God, it's hard to do with memes because it's all market maker led bullcrap, right? But potentially okay. It's really hard to read meme coins because they look, it looks potentially okay. It looks like if it holds where it is, if it holds where I'm gonna do it this way because I hate meme coins. It's really hard to trade them. But if it can hold the Monday high, if it comes back, but there's a potential chance that it could do something like this. If it does something like that, then that's a long signal. It's really there's no at this present moment. This is not a position for me to. There's no clear understanding of where this is going. Right. Sold at the bottom, made a mistake. What do you mean? Sold what at the bottom? Will be flatline for 3 to 4 months before it gets really going. Yeah. Memes will always come back. Memes will always hold, right? I want everyone to say it's the ultimate form of gambling in this market. So we need to see. Right now, this looks somewhat heavy, but I would not be able to. This is not an area where you would trade. There's no key area of support and resistance. It's just sitting at this area of resistance, which you could technically say is trying to break previous range high, but it's not really the range high. This is a difficult one to trade, right? Right now it's not clear, but it's looking potentially bullish because look, we've seen a rally, a rejection of the prior range high, and it found support at the Monday high right above the 200-day moving average. It seems bullish, right? It seems like this should move well. But where this wick is sitting is neither here or there. It can go both ways here, genuinely. So you need to react off key support levels. And a key support level was the Monday high, and that sat almost exactly where the 200-day moving average was. So that two levels of confluence in regards to also a key area of support means that was an area that you would find support. But whether this bounce is just like where buy orders were sitting is bounce, or is there actually going to be follow through, is a hard thing to take, right? What I would say is if you get a reclaim, if it breaks down and reclaims the Monday high, that's a great long. If it reclaims the range high, that's a great long, right? It can have a pullback into this range and find support around 0.0814 and then break through. But right now, it's a bet. You can't really tell where this is going. Right, anything else? What are we looking at? Oh, damn, the battery on my phone is about to give out. So I might need to go to the tube. Right, there's 47 people here. You guys want to go and move over to here, please, if you don't mind. My phone battery is about to die and it's gonna cut out. I won't be able to look. Yeah, yeah. Go over there, and then and then I can. Yeah, it's about to die. I don't know what's going on with it. See what happens. Do you see what I mean? There's no real. It's at a place where it's. We'll see. All right, go there and I'll talk to people there. Right, transfer over again here. When you go there, also follow like and all that kind of stuff, and then we can go in there. All right, go. There's 51 people. Go. What do you mean go where? Here. Go here. 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 It's in the heart. Look, it's in the heart. Can you see it? Can you see it? What do you mean you don't understand? Do you know what that's? Here. Here. I press on it. You don't press on it. You go there. You go there. You don't press on the screen. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm going there, alright? Alright, okay, if it's too hard work, alright, I'll catch you guys later. Take care, man. Oh my god, that was amazing. That was amazing. I'm pressing it and I can't go there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Solana. Oh my lord. That's amazing. That's amazing. Woo. Okay, cool. Today's been an interesting stream. We've had 3 amazing outcomes today. Makes me very happy. I would say with Solana, he was pressing the screen. He was tapping the screen. I'm pressing it. It's not going there. It's not going. It's not going there. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like there could be some more downside pressure on this. It looks very good though. Actually, I mean, no, it's okay actually. The breadth is getting a bit wide though, which means there's going to be some form of expansion happening soon, right? Which way that will be, I would tend to think I mean, it looks relatively strong. All right. All right, this is the best way I can do it because everything's already pumped, so it's hard to exactly predict where this is going, but I would say a potential momentary pullback could be warranted here because we are potentially. Look, it all depends, right? If this loses, everything's just hanging in midair right now, so it's hard to exactly say where this is going to go. It's a good low time frame. All right, it's going to be this, right? Because there's a pressure buildup going on Sol right now. It really is below 84.18 short, above 84.70 long. Don't have a phone charger. I do, but the mic goes, do I not have a phone charger? Yes, man. I buy a new phone every time the battery runs out. That's how it works, man. That's crypto money for you, bro. Kirk, that's how I roll. I don't mess around, bro. I'll buy a new phone. No, it's just I can't. When I'm using the mic, it doesn't work through. Anyway, long story. But soon, if I had my channel back, I'm gonna do all through my computer. But I can't now because apparently whatever. You know what I mean? That's a ridiculousness I'm sitting in. But yeah, that's where we are right now. Yeah, that's the way I would look at it. What else do you want me to look at? Anything else? A few more things that I'm... Anything else? This is a reactive thing. Right now, there's no clear direction of where Sol's good. It's found support. Don't get me wrong. Look, I'll say this. It's found support here. This is an area of support. That's a good thing, right? But it's had a bounce, but we're not really seeing follow through. So is this exhaustion? Does that mean that we're going to see a 50% retrace of this move, which is usually the case, and that it will sit almost exactly at the 50% and the Monday low, right? It's a very possibility, but right now there's no real clear direction of where this is going to go, right? Support is good, but it could also go down and test the Monday low, which is the 50% retrace of that move, which is likely. We play the odds. That's how we work. That's why what I do with my cars also, but buy new one when from gas runs out. Yeah, crypto money. yeah. On there. By the way, anyone that's new here, welcome. Please follow, press the bell button, all that kind of stuff. It's just nicer here. You know what I mean? Let's look at Ondo. Ondo, no, she wanted to. Where's my Ondo? All right, Ondo. God, my other half is always having friends and party downstairs constantly. Anda. Damn, Ondo pumped. Everything's pumped. It always happens when I'm have a heavy meeting day. Right. Again, potentially looks good, but things are way overbought at the moment. Like we're in overbought territory in a lot of things, right? And we're sitting in uncharted territory. Again, if we look, let's see. I would not be surprised if this move 50% doesn't sit exactly on the key area. Here we go. Yeah, retest of that range possible. It's a very it's completely possible. The way that I can understand where this is going is that if we look at USDT dominance, it looks like potentially there is a bit more downside. I was expecting the bounce from here, so around the 7.773, around this area here, and that movement down there could produce a push up, especially when I'm looking at Bitcoin, a push up to the range high, so around the 74,000 area. Between that area, possible, because we hasn't really hit the range high yet on the Monday high on this, so it could be a pullback into the Monday low and then run up, right? So we have to play that on all things. This could also be the case, Monday low or potential test of the prior range, which is this 0.25926 area. Is it good? Just hate the add-on. The YouTube can't play it in the background like TikTok. Yeah. Of course, I understand. I mean, you can also go into Kick, but for some reason, is anyone on Kick? Is there any of the chat coming in Kick? I think I need to resubscribe to it. That's why I need to. That this app is not working. I buy a new fridge every time it runs out of food, but it comes empty. Doesn't seem to help much. I know, right? It's difficult. Brett 24 cent by June or bust. Really? Where is Brett at the moment? I don't think things like that. You shouldn't think things like that. Right now in this market, there's no chance. There's no chance. That would be the move of the century. There's no chance. I don't see that in any way whatsoever happening. More than likely. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate that. I thank you so much, Coach. Anything else you guys want me to look at? I appreciate everyone that's new here or following my YouTube. I'm gonna do a lot more stuff on there as well. I'm trying to get my studio sorted out. I'm waiting for the acoustic panels to come. I just haven't come. I'm just waiting for these things to come. And they're just like, nah, bruv, I'm not gonna give you any acoustic panels in it. Anything else? Vet. Let's look at Vet. I've just, with Vet, I've just staked it and just left it alone. At the new phone charger. I'm charging it now, but then it doesn't work. Then it was like, what's wrong with the sound? What's the sound? It sounds stupid. You heard the sound on his phone? It's like, what the hell? Him in his room with his, bed frame. That's why I can't wait for my studio so everyone be like, oh my God, this guy's studio means that he knows what he's talking about. That's how it works, right? Because if you show it, that's how you know that they know what they're doing. That that's the way it works, isn't it? Where's my vet? There you go. There's my vet. Let's have a look at vet. Stupid. Let's see. Vet. All right, here we go. Oh, vet's had a nice little move as well. I mean, it's moving in a healthy way, which is a good thing. Although the moves are actually very, very small. Let's not beat around the bush on this thing, right? Not bad. I mean, look, if it can gain acceptance above the 0.00822, this thing should rally. It really should rally if it can gain strength about at least to the Monday open. The ultimate move for this is that if it can regain the prior range high, which is sitting at the 0.00842, then that's a moon signal. Calvin Hill showed his fridge. Oh, and he's saying, really? He showed his fridge? Oh, wow. What was in there? Just like, was it just like, gains? Did he just have gains in there? Where is your new studio in relation to your house? Will it still be able to stock you from the? You should. Yeah, you can. It's gonna be in. It's in the house. I'm moving one of the bedrooms and making it into like with a thing with lights and like I'm putting all my. I have I have one of the Banksy money and all this kind of stuff. Really cool stuff. Crypto Bubbles is green for the first time forever. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna last though. Unfortunately. This is the thing. I mean, after that much selling, there's going to be a level of exhaustion that happens to the seller. They will run out after a while. But there is one crypto, like Bitcoin whale, that's selling like 122 million in one go. Like he's moved over to his exchange again, and he's looking to extract that liquidity out of the market. It's quite aggressive, the selling at this present moment. But it is the case in every bear market, so I don't really mind. Whatever, it's all good. Yeah, so it's with VeChain, it needs to regain. Ultimately, every coin is going to be like this. The prior range high needs to be regained, and the thing is, those areas are usually the highest area of resistance as well. So you could get a quite an aggressive pullback from there. So we could potentially rally up to that area, which is also the month high, and then pull back from there. That's what I'm looking at. It looks like we'll see. Usually what happens is that when this moves down and tests the Monday low, and again the Monday low, there's a wick there. It looks like there could be potential rally, small little dip potential, but rally nonetheless. Anything else? Two more things to look at, and then I'll make my way over to the party that's going on downstairs. Anyone else? Nope. No one wants anything else for me to look at? If that's the case, I'll say this. Anyone that really wants to get more information, understand what's going on, go through plays. We have people in there teaching, understanding, giving where the market is going, looking at various factors. Everyone who's in the Alpha Hunters group, I'll look at Chainlink and then I'll get off, has now got a 50% deposit bonus for WeX. Definitely go to the announcements and links there. If you deposit a certain amount, it gives you a 50% of that back, which is amazing. Various other aspects that are coming in as well. Also, anyone that signed up to the Mexi through the Alpha Hunters link as well, go check out your links. I've also sent it over to for a limited time only anyway, the old Mexi as well, that people that joined it on for the previous one. All of you guys are getting very, very, very interesting offers. It's like money on the table, and it doesn't you're doing the thing that you're normally doing. It just gives you extra bonuses, right? Like I did a trade today, and it gave you $100. and I'm doing what I'm doing normally, right? So I'm just saying it in that manner. Always look at those messages. From my account, I have specific ability to send you guys offers, and that's me sending it to you because I'm given, the Alpha Hunters group has given those accounts and those abilities for you to do that. Make sure you go through that. It's just something. I mean, it's an extra amount of income. You're not doing anything. You're doing the same thing you're doing there. Also, if you want to check out any links, there's also the Mexi link. That's the lowest fees out there. You can check that out as well. Does it make sense to look at certain coins before Bitcoin has moved sustainably? Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. Look, what you need to there are certain coins that even when Bitcoin pulls back can go well. It all depends on the market structure and the graph structure is where it's sitting. Oh, you want me to look at, what was it? Chainlink. I'll look at Chainlink and I'll go. So, of course, you have to look at everything. Bitcoin, the reason why I look at Bitcoin is because it's the major player, right? It's the thing that moves total the most. And a lot of people look at total. A lot of people look at the way the Bitcoin's moving, and it gives a sentiment value of the market. So that's why it's a key thing to look through both. All right, let's look at Link, and then I'm off. Let's look at Link. Link looks good as well. They all look almost identical. It's wild, right? They all look very, very, very similar. Again, range, man, whoa. Okay, look, I will say this about Chainlink, right? This level is major resistance. That is major resistance. I think it will go and grab that. But oh boy, there's that resistance, right? The reaction of that is going to be huge. Thank you so much again, Alvarez. Have a nice weekend. Yeah. I think this weekend, by the way, we'll most probably do a space, a Twitter space with KB. We'll talk about the market, talk about where we think everything is going, all that kind of stuff. Join in, and I said also just come to the Alpha Hunters. I've made it. I mean, this is the thing. When look, I heard the other day when someone spent 1,500 on a training video from someone who has no idea about this market, and ours is $12.99. It is literally, it's literally Netflix, and people are like, "What do I get for this $12.99? What? There's $12.99. That's been there. What is the exact process and benefit I'm going to be getting from this?" I was like, "Are you being serious right now?" Honestly, I don't even feel like telling you. I transferred the funds to ReX now, just waiting for the bonus to come. There are rules to it, right, Kirk? Make sure you read the rules. It's like you need to hold it for 7 days and like do 1 trade or 2 trades or something like that. But yeah, and then I'll give you your bonus. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there. It's all specifically for the Alpha Hunters group. All of the deals on there are specifically for us because we're awesome and all that kind of stuff. All right? All right, guys, I'll catch you guys later. I hope this is a good show. There's a lot of fun. Some really funny stuff coming on, which is a good thing. And we can go from there. All right, appreciate you guys are incredible, and we can catch each other from on the other side. All right, take care, peace, love, affection, all that kind of stuff. And make sure you follow, press the bell button, look at Alpha Hunters, all that kind of stuff. It's a group as well. There's a free section. You can join and chat, and we can go through that. There's also a chart analysis section. So if you guys want to join there, you don't want to pay the money to test out what it looks like. It's a Discord. Go in there, put your chart analysis, and people there will help you out and all that kind of stuff. All right, peace, affection, love, all that kind of stuff. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.